In my 30s, I've unlocked a form of burping that is not so much burping as so much as just completely just expelling gas.
It's like looser in a way.
It's like I sound like a pterodactyl. I'll just open my mouth and I'll go,
yeah,
and it just like escapes. There's no effort at all. It just leaves my body like an apparition.
Yeah, it's the ghostly bubbles coming out of you. Welcome to Video Game Podtimism. It's the Podtimists video game variety show where two best friends talk about the wonderful world of gaming. My name is Chase.
And my name is David. You haven't caught me that flat-footed in a while.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
We're using like a different tool than we used to because we had so many difficulties over the past like couple of months. Mm-hmm. And the kind of fun little twist is that I can hit record for both of us and it just starts, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have to start the podcast.
It's true.
So we can just kind of hang out, but as a result, I have like another trick in my sleeve now.
You do have another way to give me a jump scare.
Yeah, which I'm having a good time with that one. That's good.
You love power.
Parts of it, I like to be able to surprise, David. Surprise and delight is what I enjoy doing.
Okay, surprise and delight. Nice.
Yeah, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Man, you been hearing about these video games?
You know, I have.
Yeah.
Have been. They're out there.
They're out there.
They're lurking.
I feel like sort of a weird moment in games. There was like a barrage of good games. Like I think last month, like March was pretty intense. Mm-hmm. And like there are still plenty of good games coming out, but I think it's like not the sort of gigantic explosion of games that it was last month.
Well, I just saw Pragmata dropped, and it's getting very good reviews. And I did enjoy my time with the demo. So I'm like, do I got to check this one out too? Capcom's just killing it right now, man.
Dude,
God damn, just slow down. Let me breathe. I just finished Resident Evil 9. My goodness.
Capcom, can you look into the camera real quick, just for a second? David, you don't need to, but Capcom.
I'm looking as well. I am Capcom right now. I'm being Capcom.
You're
for
holding
you.
Space, yeah. Okay.
I'm holding space for Capcom.
Okay.
Okay, you go.
I need you guys to make Onimusha really good. I need you to not have that one be the one you whiff, you know?
We are cooking up something special for you, buddy.
Yeah,
It's gonna look so good with the Resident Evil 9 engine.
I hope so. I hope
RE
it's
engine, I should say.
Fun with the RE engine too.
Sure.
Because it feels like they're not really missing a lot with their stuff. And like, guys, I got a lot riding on this. Because if we could keep Onimusha a relevant series again, that would just be a delight for me.
What do you have riding on this? Like, do you have money on this? Did you make a bet? Are you like emotionally? Are you like, if Onimusha the reboot isn't good, I'm like gonna be a lesser man as a result?
Yeah, I mean, yes, emotionally, I am, very invested. I loved those first three. I thought they were like genuinely very good. I replayed through them like maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
Had an amazing time. And also I bet my life savings in Kalshi that Onimusha is going to get like above an 80 on Metacritic. So I got a lot on that.
Look, you didn't bet, okay? It's Kalshi. You said you put a bet, not a bet. It's hard to describe it without saying betting. You wagered. No, that doesn't work either. You bet.
I invested money on the possibility.
You invested
that
on a
will
prediction.
Happen. Yes, yeah.
On a possibility. It's betting, everybody.
Betting. Yeah, it's sort of strange that we're just trying to around the word betting.
Like, Vegas had been using probabilities and odds in their own algorithm for years to set like the prices for things and the odds. Like it's just, they're just taking out the middleman. It's the same thing, everyone. Yeah. Anyways, don't do it, kids. Invest your money somewhere else.
It's like, it's better invested in like literal peanuts because at least you can eat those.
Peanut Man.
You remember when they killed Mr. Peanut? I'm him. I brought him back.
Chase is taking money from Big P.
Yeah, Big P. That's the
Big
reason
nut.
I did.
Sorry.
It's quite the blue joke, but it is pretty funny.
Big Nut. You're taking money from Big Nut.
It's that's why I don't like Lies of Peas, because they're cutting into my peanut profits.
They're cutting into, you want less pea and more nut.
Yes, preferably.
That's going on your tombstone for sure, right?
I think so. What else is going on there, Surprise and delight? No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Peanut. I am Mr. Peanut goes on my gravestone underneath my actual name.
Chase Allhurt 2026. I am Mr. Peanut. Is Mr. Peanut, did they kill Mr. Peanut off? Isn't that right?
That was like during one of the like Super Bowls, they killed him. And then I think they brought back a baby Peanut, which I don't know if he's grown. I don't know what like the life expectancy of a nut is and if he's grown into Mr. Peanut again.
Well, Mr. Peanut was around for a long time. So
yeah.
The life expectancy for a nut's probably pretty long.
It's pretty long. Yeah. Maybe they're just like, they mature very quick. They're like in their adult form within like 6 months, but then they live for like 100 years or something.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Speaking as somebody who like is taking care of like a seemingly determined to maim themselves child, babies are like not self-sufficient for a long time. No. I would love it if they were like just a little bit more okay pretty quickly.
I've always wondered why when you look at other animals, and like they give birth and the animal is like the baby is walking,
quickly
right away. What happened, people? What happened?
Yeah, I have no idea. I wonder if there was some super early primate that came out with like a briefcase like immediately and that got phased out, you know, an adult baby.
An adult modern baby who's just like ready to be part of the workforce.
I'm ready to do business. I'll put it on my credit card.
That's what they say. They can't. It sounds like they also come with a pre-recorded pack of phrases, which then makes you have to ask the question: who's recording those phrases? Where do they come from?
Yeah, that's true.
Chase believes in a divine creator.
Were adult baby phrases created or discovered? Who knows?
Ooh, chicken or the egg? That's the question.
Have you been playing video games, David?
I have been.
I would love to hear about them.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about Onimusha or baby stuff or other things more? Or Mr. Peanut, your big nut?
I don't have anything else to say about Onimusha or my child.
Okay,
no.
You're good. You're good. You got it out of your system.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I've been playing Skate Story.
Okay, yeah, wow. I heard a lot of good things about this last year.
I'm enjoying it so far. It is, for those who don't know, it is a skateboarding video game where you are essentially like a glass demon who looks just like a glass person who is skating around the underworld hell. Yeah. And you're going along these like very linear tracks essentially for some of the game. And it's like very vibey, fun music playing in the background. And you're just like doing cool little tricks as you're going down like essentially like a little slalom of some sort. We have to jump over some obstacles and do some cool tricks. And then there's also like some skateboarding like combat in it, like go over here, do a trick on this area and you'll do damage and then you get to eat the moon or something like that, which is crazy. Like that's kind of the premise of the game, is that you're trying to skateboard and eat the different moons of the different levels of hell, which is pretty rad, pretty cool in a lot of ways, pretty fucking metal in a lot of ways as well, which is sweet. And the game itself, the mechanics, they feel pretty good. You know, it reminds me a lot of Skate. The game, it's going much more for maybe not like hyper realism, still arcadey, but more grounded than a Tony Hawk experience, right? I'm not doing like a 1280 off of like a skyscraper over a helicopter in this game.
No Christ airs.
I'm doing like little ollies over like flame pillars or like lines of flame on the ground, and there's like shards of glass all around me, and if I hit those, then I get damage, right? And it's all very aesthetically interesting and pleasing to the eyes and the senses. There's a lot more story in this game than I thought there was going to be as well. It seems like they're trying to say something. What that is yet, I don't know. But there's a lot of like cuts in between the different set pieces of the game where they're just like, here's like a little piece of poetry, and you read it and you're like, I don't know what you mean by that, and then you just continue playing the game. But I'm curious to see if that leads to something like a larger message, or if that's just adding to the vibes. And kind of like either way, I'm good. I don't need a whole lot from this game other than just to feel doing some cool tricks as a cool glass man in the underworld to cool music.
I mean, visually, it looks very cool. They've got such a strong sense of design in this game. It's hard for me to really even pinpoint like other comparisons for it.
It's kind of one of one as far as style goes. at least from what I've played.
So like, it's hard for me to even think about what a game looks like that has a skateboard and isn't just score chasing. Like, are you just like going and doing tricks or like jumping over certain things? Like, how do you play the game?
Great question. So there's a couple different ways. My favorite part of the game is where they're just kind of like sending you down like a set path. There's like glass shards on either side. So you can't go side to side. You're just going straight.
Yeah.
And you have to like jump over things. You're not really asked to be doing tricks, but you just have to like hit certain gates. It's like a slalom, like skiing, right? And cool music plays in the background and you can just get into a cool flow and the animations are really fluid and nice. And if you start chaining combos to like tricks together, it just looks and feels good, like really good. And then there's other spots where you're more in an arena and it's like, oh, this area over here, if you go and do this trick, right? If you do a kickflip over here, you'll damage this kind of boss character that you're fighting.
Yeah.
And then if you go over here and then you do a heel flip, you'll do the same thing. You'll pop shove it, right?
Yeah.
There's different combinations of buttons you can do different tricks with, right? And you kind of have to hold down a trigger button and then the ollie button, jump button, right?
Yeah.
And then hit it at a specific time, like release at a specific time where there's a little like meter going around in a pattern with a highlighted area where you'll do more damage, right? So you have the time to release it on the highlighted area on the meter to like do a better pop shove it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then there's more kind of like areas, the same thing, like an open area where there's creatures, NPC type things that you can interact with.
Yeah.
And like do small little missions to progress the story, right?
Yeah.
So I had to like go to some person's like, I forget what they called it, but it was like their thinking palace, essentially, where they pontificate about things and read books and stuff.
Yeah.
And you had to go around and do some small little tasks and missions to prove that you could move on and like continue eating the moons of hell, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, did that answer your question?
I think so. Yeah. Just like in the previews, I was always just like, what is the game? But yeah, it sounds like you're still doing kind of like skating challenges and like doing a couple of tricks to like get not points, but that maps onto like almost a health bar for some of these like, monsters. So it's kind of like
racing components of the game where you're not necessarily racing yourself, but just like going through the slalom and hitting gates.
Yeah.
There's components of the game where you're fighting something where you have to do tricks in certain areas and certain types of tricks in like a specific amount of time sometimes as well. And then there's little mission areas as well. At least that's what I've seen from the game so far. There might be more, I don't know, but that's what I played for like a couple hours already.
Yeah.
And that's what I've seen.
It's interesting. The combination of like nearly Dark Soulsian like design ideas and like things like that combined with just like a skateboard is such a cool idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's interesting that the game, I didn't expect from the previews that I saw, I didn't expect such like a deep skateboarding mechanic that they have, but they really do let you do a lot of tricks. You can do manuals, you can do grinds, you can do like 4 or 5 different jumping, spinning moves.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're getting going, and especially some of these like free roam areas where they have, it's essentially like a skate park they have made for you. You can get going and doing some pretty cool stuff.
That's cool.
So it's just cool to like just skate around and try to do something neat to some sweet music in the background. Because I think it's some known artist who does the music for this game.
A band that seems to be composed of Blood Cultures is the name of the...
Blood Cultures. I've never heard of that band, but it's one of those games where it's just like one band does the music. Yeah. And that is a type of game that I tend to enjoy.
Yeah.
I like that kind of cohesiveness. What was the other game? Sable. I think also had that same thing going on.
Sable was really good.
So it almost feels like a spiritual successor or sequel, but it shares the same spirit as a Sable, right? You're kind of vibing, you're kind of going around. It's really cool visuals, really interesting. There's a story there of some sort, but it's not like terribly important to what you're doing. It's more just like a backdrop to feel onto. Yeah. Almost very Kingdom Heartsy,
of course, yeah.
In a way, honestly, where it's just like it's asking you to have an emotional experience and it's leaving what that experience is up to you and like how you choose to interpret things and interact with the game. So I'm really enjoying enjoying Skate Story. It's a good time so far.
There was a recent episode of Post Games where Chris Plant and a guest that I forget their name, I'm so sorry, but they were talking about the...
Can't believe you.
I know, I'm terrible. They were talking about the distinction between, I think it was like, they described it as sentimental art versus, and I think they used the phrase real art, which
sure,
I have some qualms about that description, but like the idea being that like a certain game is intending to make you feel a specific way via like, usually I think things that have happened, you know, so like, or at the very least, like a very linear, like kind of traditional story, right? Like What Remains of Edith Finch or something like that feels like
so good.
A sentimental game, right? Like as much as that one is kind of like fantastical in certain moments, it is intending to make you feel certain ways where like, I feel like this game is, it seems like it's not, you know, like it's definitely like intending for emotions to be elicited, but not like, here is the moment that you're supposed to feel sad. Here is the moment that you're supposed to feel like joy and excitement.
Yeah.
It's like you are supposed to take a little bit of this and kind of imprint on it in a way.
Yeah, I agree. It's doing its own thing, and it's like, hey, you're here too. You can do this with me, or you can take whatever it is that you want out of this. It's, I wouldn't say indifferent to the player, but it's like you're just kind of along for the ride. Yeah, quite literally in some portions of the game, and I like that. I like that vibe. Yeah, it's a very unique experience, and I'm enjoying it. It's good.
It's cool. Just on the visual design side, it's like, it's already very cool there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. What else you got?
I've also been playing Thank Goodness You're Here.
Oh yeah, this is another one that I wanted to play.
It's a game. It's on sale, I think, still on Switch for like $10. So I would say it's worth it. I don't know. Sometimes I just get into this mood where I just want to peruse and I'm looking to buy something on sale and something kind of weird and different, right? Yeah. And I think this game fits both of those bills. So for those who don't know, this is it's a self-described slap former, which also very much sold me on the game. I'm like, I've never played a slap former before. Meaning that you jump around and slap things. Those are your two options. You can move, you can jump, you can slap. You take control of this little teeny tiny boy man guy. It's very ambiguous as to like who or what he is in this game. But you're in a small town, I'm guessing in England of some sort, the United Kingdom somewhere, I will say, or the British Isles somewhere, I should say, actually. And you are this little guy who is just trying to talk to the mayor about something and just gets taken on all of these different side quests while he's just simply waiting to talk to the mayor. And every time someone who needs something from him sees him, they're like, oh, thank goodness you're here.
Right.
You can help me get my arm out of this sewage drainage grate that I got stuck in because I tried to grab a coin that I saw in there. You can help me fix my fish fryer so we can start feeding people again. You can help me open up my shop because my employee forgot the keys and the locksmith is down the street getting drunk at the bar at 10 a.m. And you can get him over here if you go down a pipe to the bottom of the basement of the bar and slap a bunch of beer kegs so that they get fizzy again, so that they'll actually be like a fizzy beer when they come out of the tap. Right. So a lot of just very strange things. The art style is nuts. It is, I think I described a different game as being like hyperbole and a half art style, like millennial ooh-woo sort of style. And I feel like this game is very much that art style. Big round eyes, goofy looking goobers, all of these people. Everyone's kind of pudgy. Very much like a Bob's Burger kind of vibe, but more vibrant and rounded in a way. Very visually engaging, I will say. I was very interested in the world. So you just go around this world. You go from one area to another, just fixing people's problems, and then the game ends. Then that's it. It's like a 4 or 5 hour game around there, probably. Not
I
too
heard
long.
It's not hella long.
It's pretty short. But I really enjoyed it. Very strange, unique sense of humor. Definitely trying to make you laugh. Sense of humor that is kind of like a British kind of dry humor take on, I would say, like a Bob's Burgers or a Rick and Morty even in some ways.
A little frightening.
Look, this is now, you mentioned this last week, Chase. You alluded to your dislike of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And while I get it, there's some good stuff in Rick and Morty. There's some good stuff. The man who created it, bad.
Terrible dude.
Bad man. Bad man. But we're going to have, do we have to reconcile your heritage again, Chase?
See, the thing is, I never liked it in the first place, which is doing me so many favors right now.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I've heard that this game is very funny, and I can I feel like that's not a description that you hear for games very often. Like, some games are funny, but I think specifically and especially the ones who are trying to be funny are usually extremely not.
No, this game definitely made me laugh at certain points. It wasn't uproarious. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is the funniest thing ever. But it was like visual gags or goofy things going on in the background. They're like, okay, that's funny. That's a fun recurring gag that you're having here going right now. I enjoy that, seeing things in the background. The world's very rich. It's like the guy who was stuck. Do you mind if I describe it? Are you going to play this game, or do you want me to leave things?
I'm going to play it, but I'm like
spoiler
agnostic. Are you going to blow the ending of the goodness you're here?
No, but what I will say is, like, you'll go and it's a top-down kind of action-adventure sort of style game.
Yeah.
Like, if you leave a certain area and then you come back, there will be different people there the next time you come back doing different things and interacting with, the scene that you had just seen before.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a very fun way to kind of build the world, grow kind of the feeling that this is an actual town that you're in. It's Farnsworth. I don't know if it's a real town in England, but... Probably.
There's no way to know.
If it's not, it's very much based on whatever real town in, once again, I said England. I don't know if it is England, but there's a lot of different countries over there. British Isles somewhere. If it is very much based off of a town in the British Isles somewhere that these developers have an intimate and working knowledge of
probably
how that place looks and how the people there are. And that's very fun to kind of see a stylized version of that you get to interact with.
Yeah. Visually, it sort of looks like just a touch cartoonier version of Untitled Goose Game.
Is it the same people who made this one?
Honestly, it could be.
Because it like I said, with a Skate Story being kind of like spiritually connected to Sable, this game is absolutely spiritually connected to Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
Instead of a honk button, you have a slap button.
As far as I can tell, it's not the same people.
It's a goose-like. This is a goose-like.
It's a goose-like, yeah. No, the next game that House, the developers of Untitled Goose Game, is making is Big Walk. Have you seen previews for that? It's like the game where you're like these weird little creatures that have like kind of like bills almost, and you're like wandering around in open space. It looks like a
game,
kind of open world Peak almost.
Oh, I have seen, and it's Friendslop.
Yes, yeah. Affectionately.
I have seen previews for this. I didn't know this was the Goose Game people.
I am so interested in this game. Like, talk about I don't know if like you've watched their previews, but there was one at Day of the Devs, and like I saw the pitch of this and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I've played a lot of these kind of games now. I'm not sure I need another one. And by the end of the preview, I was like, I'm in. Like, you guys absolutely got me. And it wasn't really that complicated. They were just like, here's what you do in the game. And like, but I don't know, something about it, they really got me. So I'm interested in that one. But regardless, It is not a developer. Thank goodness you're here. But just visually, I kind of, it seems
there's a connection, a spiritual connection. I would say.
Yeah, it looks cool. I feel like I've been meaning to check this one out forever. Like, I see it all the time, and I'm like, I think people liked that one. But I should probably play it, huh?
It was definitely worth $10 to play it for like 4 or 5 hours, I would say. I enjoyed it. Some of when the jokes got a little more blue, that didn't do it for me. Yeah. But that was few and far between. Maybe like 1 or 2 at most. The rest of it was just like goofy kind of sight gags and funny voices and funny looking people doing goofy, silly things. Just a bunch of goobers in this town.
I'm like watching just kind of a let's play of it while you're talking about it to see like what it looks like. And one of the gags that did get me was people were like opening up their storefronts, and this guy had like a what do you call that? Like a big piece of fabric that he's got over his store. He like rolls it up to like hopefully reveal the store, but it's just Nick's bricks, and it is like a brick wall. I'm like, that's funny, man. That's good. That's good.
It keeps going. It keeps going after that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They do a good job of continuing their jokes. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Right? things make callbacks to things you've seen earlier in the game. You'll come back into an area like the Nick Sprix things, and it changes in a way that makes sense and is funny as you go through it.
Yeah.
So it's a very well thought out comedic experience, I would say. Ending's a little weird for me.
Yeah.
It gets kind of weird at the end, like what remains of Edith Finch fish level kind of status.
Oh yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was a bad ending. I just thought it was like, okay, yeah, you have to land this plane at some point, and this seems like as good a way to do that as any other. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, like I feel like my tolerance for a game that's supposed to be funny having kind of a weird ending is pretty high. Like it's a comedy game, like I don't need this to wrap up as cleanly as 1,000 Times Resist or something. Like it's fine.
Absolutely.
I'll probably give this a look.
I feel like you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, probably. From what I understand, people who I would assume aren't super into Rick and Morty would think that this is funny. Like I've heard from people who whose comedy sense I trust.
The Rick and Morty comparison was just based off of a couple jokes in this game that I felt like they were kind of Rick and Morty-ish.
Yeah.
Not in a bad or problematic way, but in hey, this was kind of like a well thought out gag way. Yeah. Whether or not you think that is a description of Rick and Morty is up to you. But it's a funny show, I think. Yeah. Hate it. It's good for a laugh. It's goofy.
There are
the people who think
funny.
That it's some sort of magnum opus
Second coming of God,
the most amazing intellectual show ever, I think go outside and touch grass. Yeah. But it's still fun, but it is hard to enjoy it now after knowing what man who made it and voiced both the main characters did. Yeah. So to enjoy the new seasons where he's out of the picture.
Or play Thank Goodness You're Here, it seems like.
Or play Thank Goodness You're Here. It kind of scratches that itch.
Sweet. I am going to play this. I'm going to pick this up.
Yeah. It's on sale. It's the time is now. Yeah. The time is now, sir.
I'll get it. Okay. Anything else you got?
I beat a game about digging a hole.
Sure. Yeah. It seemed like you were pretty close the last time we talked.
Yeah, I had another 45-ish minutes. Yeah. Less than an hour, I would say. Did you play this game?
Did, yeah.
Yeah. The ending was whatever. I mean, it's a slop ending. It's just we got the same thing. We got to land this plane somehow, and it's giant moles 500 meters down, and they kill you. This was a plot by the mole company to lure people to feed the moles, I guess, is my understanding of it. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's a game about digging a hole lore theorist out there who says, no, David, you're wrong. But that's what I got. That's what I got from it. But a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I just locked in, and for 2 days straight of my gaming time, it was just okay, we're digging a hole today, and we're digging a hole tomorrow. Yeah, and that's all we're doing, and it was fun. Yeah. Will I replay the game? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I would just, because they give you a whole entire patch of backyard grass to dig into. I'm what if I just dug methodically around the whole patch of grass? And I just uncovered everything I could. Yeah. Right. What would that game look like? Yeah. I don't know. But at the same time, my finger did get tired of just holding down the dig button. Sure. Yeah. I don't usually have a static hold of a button for that long in a game. Yeah. I usually get time to rest. And the hand therapist in me is
it's not so good for you.
Maybe you shouldn't maybe you shouldn't play this game. Yeah. Or maybe just set the button to just continuous dig, or get something to keep that button pressed down. But yeah, I don't want to develop a tendonitis from this game. Sure. It's not that good. It's not worth my hand health. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. It was good. A fun time. A kind of an addictive sort of brain tickler. Tickled a very specific part of my brain that I enjoyed. Yeah. No, I have also a hole digging game this week, and it's a similar idea of just I don't know that this is that compelling in the long run, but I do enjoy it. It is compelling to my ancestors, to the part of my brain that is just base human need to do manual task and dig, create shelter and dig and find things. It is very much appealing to that part of my being.
Yeah. I get that. I definitely get the appeal of digging. Digging is good. It's fun.
Digging's good. Last one. Yeah. Speaking about tickling the brain, I've been playing a lot of Cloverpit. Chase.
Oh yeah, we were texting about this in our group chat. Yeah, I am interested in what you think about this game. I tried playing Cloverpit last year and it didn't get me.
Didn't get you?
No.
Oh, you never got an ultimate jackpot. That's why.
I probably didn't. I think like, and this is not to chomp on your bit at all, but like so bleak in a way that like sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I need this right now.
Yeah, it's a, for those who don't know, it is a slot machine roguelike.
Yeah.
Where essentially the power-ups you get, the options you get between levels are ways to improve your luck, tip the scales in your favor to get big scores on the slot machine. And you are essentially like in a prison torture chamber cell of some sort. And if you don't reach the amount of money that the overlord of whatever this area is wants you to reach, they will release the bottom of the floor and you will fall to your death.
Yeah, it's like some kind of meat grinder under there.
Yeah, there's lots of gore. There's lots of like nastiness. It's kind of like what's that movie with Jigsaw? Saw. It's Saw-esque in a lot of ways in how it is presenting your environment and what is going to happen to you, and just its proclivity to show dismembered body parts in a small space. So it is definitely not for the faint of heart or stomach.
Yeah.
It's not like super realistic, but it's kind of grimy, grungy graphics. It's I guess like PS1-ish-esque graphics, I would say, like high resolution PS1 polygonal graphics.
Yeah, it's a style of graphics that like I don't think ever truly existed until recently. Like it is if PS1 had the graphical capacity of PS2, but they still decided to kind of make it look like a PlayStation 1 game. So like
4K PS1 games.
Yeah, like the text is all very clear, but like the textures on the wall are pixelated and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah. Purposefully pixelated.
Yeah.
And this game has me feeling some sort of ways. I compared this game in my mind to Bolitro in a lot of ways, because they're both kind of like gambling, changing probabilities and that kind of stuff. But this one feels ickier in a way.
Yes.
I think maybe it has something to do with my preconceived notion of poker being more of a skill-based game, or at least there are ways to, make sure that you do well consistently, as opposed to slots are just luck. It's just the machine is deciding for you. You just pull a lever and that's it.
It's also purely gambling. Like poker need not be a gambling game.
Yes.
In real life, you could just play poker and it's like, oh, I win that round or something. Versus like, it's hard for me to imagine someone playing like a slot machine and just being like, I guess I won, but like, what does that mean outside of the lights flashing? Yeah.
Every time that you go up to the machine to play, it goes, let's go gambling. And then a little thing on the top says, let's go gambling, exclamation point. Like gambling is a good thing, right? So, I don't think it's trying to say, hey, gambling is a good thing, because you are being forced to gamble in this terrible situation of like, a psychopath who has kidnapped you would force you to gamble because the odds are stacked against you, right? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like the main mechanic of the game. And I'm just like, do we want to be doing just like gambling the game? Yeah. So there's that part of me going on. And there's also the part of me that's just like, this is fun. This is good. This is a good time. Sometimes there are some runs where you just like, do not do anything, because it's just luck. And if you don't get good power-ups in the beginning and you don't get good, hits, you're dead in the water, right? It's just not going to happen. But then there's other runs where you're like, oh, I'm permanently doubling the payout for cherries or lemons. I'm getting like good items where my pattern multipliers are going up, and I'm getting good synergy between my charms, my little power-ups that I can get during the level to buy with my Clover tickets, right? So when it starts pumping, you're starting to feel real good about yourself. And your dopamine it just opens up that flow of dopamine. Oh my goodness gracious. I hit some jackpots that felt good. And then I had a really good run that I had going, and I had a specific, I think it was cherries. I had cherries that like gave me a couple different modifiers where I would like score things again, and it would permanently improve like the power of my cherries, the base value of my cherries every time that it scored something. And I hit a jackpot on that. And then it does the thing where like it flashes at you and says, jackpot, good job. And then it went up like 5 different levels of jackpot that I didn't even know existed. And I swear to God, my brain just like lost grasp on reality. Just every time that I hit a new level of jackpot, like super jackpot, mega jackpot, ultra jackpot, ultimate jackpot.
Yeah.
More dopamine just got released into my brain. The pitch of the jackpot noise got a little bit higher each time, right? And I was just like, my mouth was just agape the whole time, and my eyes were wide. And I was like, okay, yes, I understand gambling addiction now.
Yeah.
Like, it was both a very fun experience, and then also like, this is maybe getting a little too close to home.
Yeah.
At the same point. Thankfully, my miserliness will mean I will never have a gambling problem. Thank God.
Yeah.
But man, was that such maybe like the most intense release of dopamine that I have maybe experienced in a game.
That's wild.
You know, definitely. Honestly, it's up there.
Yeah.
You know, because the only thing that I can think comes close is like beating a FromSoft boss that you've been struggling with for like a week.
Yeah.
Right.
I was going to say, you and I have beat Stuntman before.
Yes.
Which
like beating a very difficult game.
Yeah.
But when it's just like, it was just unlocking levels of jackpot that I didn't even know existed, and the visuals and the sounds and everything going off all at once.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't sleep that night. And I'm just like, I think it's because of just this insane amount of dopamine.
Yeah.
It just hijacked my neurochemistry so hard that I couldn't go to bed until like 3:30 a.m. And I was like,
God.
I finished playing at like midnight probably.
Yeah.
And it was a bad night of sleep for me. It was a bad night of sleep. So Cloverpit, fascinating experience from like, not a meta perspective, but from like personal perspective from this game. Fun mechanically, but also kind of off-putting and weird in some ways.
Yeah, the
just
meta
like
text is weird,
using this gambling visual and culture and all that kind of history that comes with it to make a game mechanic is a strange experience.
Yeah. In my experience, even just like the little that I played, I feel like they make it look nightmarish enough. Yeah. That like, I'm not like, damn, this was kind of sick actually. You know, like people who are like, like smoking's bad for you, but it looks fucking sick, you know, like that kind of thing. Like
we're doing a smoking roguelite. How long can you live until you die of lung cancer?
Yeah. How many cigarettes in a row?
Jeez, this is not a good idea.
No.
Just for the record, not a good idea for a game.
That's correct. But like in this game, it still feels like, even though it feels amazing in the moment, I feel like just the sheer presence of the fact that you literally die if you lose is like enough. You know, in Balatro, it's just like the Joker's like, oh, you suck shit. And then you start over, you know, the stakes are so much lower in that game.
Yeah. There's no meta narrative going on of like
not at all.
This space that you can interact with in a 3D environment. Like there's no 3D environment I interact with in Balatro.
No.
Right? They're trying to go for like more of an Inscription vibe in Cloverpit, where it's like you're in this room and then you go to this table and you play this game, right? You're in this terrible room, you go to the slot machine, you play this game, and there's other things you can interact with, right?
Yeah.
It's not trying to like make you feel trapped or anything.
Yeah. I think that's like the same thing is what made me kind of not be able to stomach playing it for that long, was just, it was like such a bummer to experience.
Yeah.
And it seems intentional. Like that seems like the point of the game.
Yes.
But like, you know, the thing that they're saying with like, you have to deposit this much money, and the way that you do that is through kind of you can't really control it other than kind of swinging luck in your favor. That like, that just feels so of right now, you know, like of what it feels like to live, of like, I need to make enough money to not fall into the pit. The way that I do that is like just barely within my control, you know,
we're
like
scraping by. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And like, just that sense is like hard. It's hard to experience that in a game. And again, that's the point. Like I don't think they want you to be like, this is great. I love the setting of this game. You might be able to take enjoyment out of like how cool it is to win a fucking big jackpot. Cause like they do make that fun.
It was insane.
Yes.
Like my body had such a physical reaction to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think that's on purpose. And I think aids the message of the game too, of like, doesn't it also feel good to make a lot of money? You know, like that's that.
But it's never enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's never enough.
Your goal will immediately shift once you hit the next like round. So yeah,
Is this
I
a
agree.
billionaire sympathy simulator?
I think this is a minimum wage job sympathy simulator. Not
Sure.
that like people needed to generate sympathy. I feel like that's a very common
It's
experience.
an America simulator.
Yeah,
sometimes,
yes.
sometimes you lose on the first round. You didn't hit any good slots, any good patterns. You got nothing, and you ended with nothing. Or you get to like $144 million, but it still ain't enough, and you got to keep going, baby.
Yeah. No, I mean, like that's part of it, right? Like the lack of social safety nets and like material improvement in the States is
Quite
like,
literally, they take the floor out from underneath
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
No net down there for you.
No, and like it just kind of keeps getting harder. You have to use your intuition or your ingenuity to like bend luck to your will a little bit, is what it feels like.
Look, this is bootstraps, the simulator, Chase. You got to bring yourself up by them straps by bending luck to your will. Okay, it's just the way that all good Americans do it.
I think Bootstrap Simulator might be Factorio or Satisfactory or something like that. Like, there's almost no money involved in it. It's just like, I gotta fix this machine, man. This shit ain't running right.
Yep. In a world where money isn't a problem.
Yeah, and we need to just like make things efficient.
That's all I've been playing, Chase. What have you been playing?
A couple of things. Where to start? Let me tag in with my digging game.
Let's hear it.
So I played a game called The Spotter, Dig or Die.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And The Spotter, Dig or Die is a video game in which you play this dude. It's like kind of a post-apocalyptic thing. It's a little like cheeky and cartoony in its visual style. And you're at what I think is like a gas station or something like that. And there is a perimeter that somebody has set up around the gas station. Maybe you, I don't really remember. And the way the game plays out is that at daytime, you can dig in the like front yard of the gas station. And you can do very similar stuff to a game about digging a hole. It's like you go down there and you find iron ore and gold and diamonds and shit like that.
Yeah.
And at nighttime, there's a bunch of zombies that show up and it turns into a tower defense game.
I was about to say, there's a big old cannon now that you're firing in this game too.
Yep. Yeah. Like you control a big cannon, but there's also like automated turrets that you can also buy. And so it turns into a tower defense game, a genre of game that like, I would say the more maybe like traditional or cornerstone games in that genre, I'm like less a fan of, but there are a select few every now and then that come around that really scratch an itch for me. I think The Last Spell is the last one that like really got me.
You like that one. Yeah.
I really did, despite how like really challenging it is.
Aliens can kidnap your dog.
They can, yeah. And it's like,
that's fucked up.
a little, you can get him back. A little bit of spoilers for this game. If you get him back, he's a little better, which is interesting. It's like the Galaga rules where like if you get your ship stolen and then you get it back, you get like a double blaster or whatever.
Oh, you get a double ship.
Yeah, it's true. But so like it's interesting because it takes, I think, what is already a very satisfying base game of digging a hole and then puts this like tower defense mechanic on top of it. I think that's a pretty novel combination.
Oh, and you can pee in the hole.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Sorry, I'm watching a video.
No, yeah,
I want you to continue and do your thing. If I'm getting off track, let me know.
No, it's fine. This is the podcast, baby. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So here's a part of this game. I find the combination of the mechanics very novel and very fun. I think the loop of like going down into the mine, finding stuff, coming back up, putting it in your recycler to get like enough resources to like upgrade your cannon or like upgrade your backpack or it like an automated turret. So you don't always have to be like just manning the cannon. You can also like get some like automation to help you out there. I find all that really good and very compelling. I beat this game because I was just like, I couldn't stop playing it really. And it's humor.
I was about to say their eyes and like the animation style looks Rick and Morty-esque.
Yeah. The Morty rears his head once again. It's
Griffin is so last year. We're on the Morty track now.
Lord have mercy, God, as if the Family Guy connection. I'm getting tagged in our Discord so often with Family Guy shit, all over in places where I'm like, oh my God, is this me now?
Don't let him deny his heritage. Everybody, keep it going. He's gonna realize one day. He's gonna acquiesce.
I added an emoji of Peter Griffin's face on top of Kirby And it's
that's terrifying,
horrifying, and I see him pop up everywhere.
Did you create that?
No, I just found it on like Google Images or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, if there is a toggle in this game for like fart humor. So if you don't want it, there's a toggle, which is very funny. I did immediately toggle it off because I was like, I don't need any of that. Still a lot of weird fart and boop humor anyway. So like, I don't really know what that did necessarily.
Sure. Maybe it made them put more in for you.
Yeah, they're like, you really don't want this. But yeah, like if you hit your right trigger, you piss. And so like, it's honestly, it seems to like saturate the dirt a little bit. I'm like, is this used for something? But I never really used it in like any real capacity. I think whenever you die, there's just like a nonsensical phrase that comes over the screen. Like, I think the first time I died, I think it said like, you blew up and your balls flew off too. I'm like, okay, dude, like, this is really
seriously?
What we're doing. Yes. Yeah.
Because that you need that. That's funny, right?
Because that's really funny. That's really good stuff.
That's really funny. Yeah.
And so like, I'm sure this is somebody's bag. Like they might enjoy this style of humor, but like there wasn't really a moment where it wasn't grating to me. Anytime something like, funny happened, I was like, okay, yeah, I remember what game I'm playing. But I think it should be a testament to how much the mechanics of it are pretty good. Because like, I was just like, I'm willing to put up with the dick and fart humor to play the rest of the game. Because the rest of it is very good. Again, similar idea with a game about digging a hole in that like, it's not particularly complicated. Like these kind of games almost feel like an extension of like an arcade game rather than like, any of the kind of like quote unquote more complicated games. I wouldn't even really call it part of the simulator genre necessarily, despite kind of some of the similar design choices that they make for those games. But even still, like, I think like making you have fun is the point of these games. And I think that they do that for the most part.
Sure.
This one is no exception to that. And so like, I found it very fun and like mechanically rewarding. Like the upgrade tree felt really good anytime like you got any sort of upgrade of like, oh shit, my endurance is a little bit better, so I don't have to recover your stamina, you have to go drink beer upstairs. So like,
did you really?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool, bro.
It's so fucking funny, dude. What if
cool, dude.
Beer was your potion?
This is the game, obviously.
This is dudes, man. So if, when you upgrade your endurance, it's suddenly like, wow, like this feels really significant to upgrade that. So I thought that like the progression felt really good. The like level of like secrets down in the mine was very cool. Like there were spots that are bespoke and interesting that you get to go like explore that aren't just like more hole. So that's cool. Had a good time with that. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's really anything else to say other than like, it's fun if you can ignore the butts, But I don't think that there is. I think it was just like pretty good if you can ignore the butts.
The digging mechanic seems almost identical to a game about
really
digging
similar.
a hole.
Yeah.
It's like, is there going to be a hole like genre now? Is that what's coming down the pipeline?
Hole likes. I think we need to maybe figure out if there's a different genre name we
don't
can
run
go
away
with.
from it, Chase. Accept it, bring it into your being, and move on.
I think that if we're trying to encourage more people to get into video games and saying, hey, I've got a great hole like that you can check out, that they might be like, I think I'm just going to go back to reading now. I think books are better for me.
A digging game? Dig like?
A dig like I'm good with. I'm good with dig.
What about a dug like?
Also good with a dug like. A dig dug like, a dug like, a Douglas.
A shovel like?
Shovelvania?
Shovelvania. Shovel Knight. Just call it Shovel Knight.
It's a Shovel Knight now.
Shovel Knight.
So yeah, like this game is exactly what it says on the tin. It doesn't, I don't think aspires to be much more than that, and that is okay.
Sure.
It's just very satisfying. It has a good loop and like doesn't overstay its welcome. At least it didn't for me. This one is a little bit longer than a game about digging a hole. So like, your mileage may vary for how you feel about that. But for my money, I was like, I had a great time with this one. I thought it was very cool. Despite the fart and piss and dick humor.
Gotta have it.
Other things, I guess like smaller in scope, but definitely interesting. One of them is played the demo for this game called Buster Jam.
What?
Got some feelings about that?
No, we're good. Continue. Say your thing.
Buster
Jam.
Buster Jam is I would say WarioWare-like and you play as this like demolition duo team, and I think they're like dating each other. It's like this girl and a guy, and like they're just on the face of it, I kind of love their dynamic. They like really seem to like each other a lot, and not like a like kind of surface level shitty way, but like I actually think that they're like very well suited for one another, which is like very funny in a game that is otherwise very much about comedy.
Sure.
Regardless.
Did you say WarioWare like?
Yes. Yeah. So like you in the main part of the game, you are like running around as these two characters and exploring kind of this overworld. The pitch of it is that there's this character called the Wizard who shows up and is like gonna fuck up the city, and like these two characters hate him. They're like, God damn it, I can't believe he's back. And he does like open some kind of like portal in the sky, and they're like, okay, we gotta go figure this out. So you go through the city and like destroy statues of him and like fight his minions and things like that. And each of those encounters is essentially an opportunity for a WarioWare to happen. So like the first statue,
we're having a WarioWare right now. Watch out, everybody.
We're having a WarioWare. You'll like wander around in like almost a Paper Mario style kind of like experience. And then like, you know, when you encounter the first statue, it's like, okay, we're going to throw bombs at this. And each successful bomb is like a WarioWare minigame that you'll play through.
Yeah. It's kind of Ren and Stimpy sort of
a little bit
artwork.
I think that, I don't know if you've seen this, but like it reminds me a lot. It's taking a lot from both the humor style and the visuals of Smiling Friends. I don't know if you watch that show at all, but like
Smiling Friends.
It feels like very similar in what it's doing, and especially the like just the sound effects, the humor, the kind of like writing of it all. I think is pretty similar. Anyway, it's I think pretty good actually. I played a number of these kind of WarioWare like games, and I think that this one gets the closest to like the magic of a WarioWare game. And part of that formula for me at least is like the novelty of the mini games. Those got to be pretty good. And I think that they also have to kind of like surprise you in certain moments and also be pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I think that this game does a really good job of that. Like there are multiple mini games that are like had me laughing out loud. One of them that I found extremely funny was there is like, I can't remember what the prompt was. It might just be like stab or something like that. And you're playing as one of the main characters, and it's him and he's having a dream. And in the dream, he's just like stabbing the wizard over and over again. It's like a very lo-fi version of that. The wizard doesn't seem to be taking very much damage necessarily, but at some point he like makes this sound effect of like a "bwah," and that like indicates that you've like beaten him or something. It's like he's screaming, essentially.
Gotcha.
It is so funny. Like, I couldn't believe how funny it was in that moment. And I know that sounds silly, and so much of it is in the execution of just kind of being surprised in that moment. But yeah, I think it's really, really good. It is like a touch more like, I wouldn't say gruesome or blue necessarily, but just like, I think it's not intended to be played by like everybody in the way that WarioWare sometimes is. You know?
Sure. Is this game a demo only right now? So
right now it's just a demo. Yeah, there's like 2 levels that you can play through. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for whenever this comes out, because I'm having a great time with it. Again, I feel like we're orbiting around humor in this episode, but like I find that like doing humor in a game is really, really challenging. And this one seems to kind of get it.
Okay.
So like I'm just thrilled on the face of that. Like, to me, not that I don't fully believe this. On the face of it, sometimes I'm like, surely it should be easy to make a WarioWare game. You know, like it doesn't feel that complicated. Of course, like I know it is. You know, like making 100 mini games and having them all feel okay is like so difficult. But just like on the face of it, you're like, surely this can't be that challenging. But then also, I think the critical part of that kind of game is like it needs to be funny. And as we've discussed, that's not easy in a video game.
No.
It's just challenging. So like, I find it very good. Even outside of the mini games, like I think the writing is just like pretty good. It's almost like kind of Undertale-y in moments with how the writing is going. So like, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I'm stoked for whatever this game looks like when it hits like 1.0. But like, I think you could definitely check this out as a demo and like see if this is for you or not. But like, I think it's really worth a look.
It is for Chase.
It's for me, certainly. But yeah, give it a look. If it's on Steam right now, so like if you want to try the demo, try it. I think if you like Smiling Friends, you'll probably like this as well. Pretty funny, pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah. The only other thing that I've been playing is in my quest play more games that only came out in Japan but have fan translations. I've also been playing the Fire Emblem game called Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, David.
The Binding Blade? This is new?
No. This is it was a Japanese only release, and this is one of the fan translation games that I'm playing.
Oh, that's what you said, fan translation. You got it. Yeah.
This is a GBA Fire Emblem game. It was came out in Japan 2002, which for context, the Blazing Blade was the first one that came to stateside, and that one came out in 2003 for GBA. So like not too long after. I think Binding Blade takes place after, weirdly. I think Blazing Blade is like a prequel sequel thing. But Binding Blade is a different game. I will say it's one that features Roy, so I was happy to like check out our boy. Yeah. I didn't, again, I think like a lot of American Smash Brothers players was like, I don't know who Roy is, but he seems kind of chill.
He's cool. He's got a flaming sword.
Got a flaming sword. I like that.
Got a good chant.
Sort of hilarious that they like included those characters in these games without like any sort of game being available to check them out in, you know?
At least in America, yeah.
Yes, in the States. And anyway, I was keen to check it out. And wouldn't you know it, like this is another good Fire Emblem game on the Game Boy Advanced. It's great. It's hard to like really say much more because I feel like these games have been like talked about quite a bit, but like I think in hindsight, this came out after, what was the one before this? I think Thracia. Let me see. Yeah, the one that had come out prior to this was Thracia 776, and that came out in 1999. I think that was for SNES. And this one came out in 2002, so like 3 years later. And from what I understand, it reduced the difficulty quite a bit. And I haven't played Thracia yet. That was kind of part of my plan eventually, but I got sidetracked by this. And I heard that Thracia was quite difficult, but that this game sort of ramped that down a little bit. And I think that that's probably very smart to do. Because it is like, when I played the other Fire Emblem games when I was younger on GBA, I was getting clapped regularly. And part of that was that I wasn't very good at these games. But another part of it is that it's very unforgiving, these games. Like you very regularly will lose characters. And I think like most other Fire Emblem games, this one does have permadeath. And so like, got to be careful with who you're losing. Because if you lose somebody critical to your whole like setup, maybe it's time to reset the game, which I always did. Cannot lose somebody in these games, so will not play that way. But, you know, if you've played the other GBA Fire Emblem games, this is going to be very familiar to you. Got very similar art style, a lot of the same like design decisions with like how the battles work and everything. I can't remember which Fire Emblem game it was, but one of them opened up the like map and story a little bit more. Like you're able to do things out of order, not out of order, but like there were like side missions and like you had a world map that you could go from one level to another. Seemingly this one does not at the moment. And I think it won't. It's just much more like you are going from like one encounter to the next. And you have like a guy on your team who has all your items and stuff that you have to go like trade with him and shit like that.
Sure. Okay.
But like the formula is definitely here in a way that like I am very much enjoying. I am a sucker for these kind of games. I think in the lineage of tactics games, especially on the GBA, there seems to be like two routes, either the Fire Emblem route, maybe three routes with Fire Emblem, Advanced Wars, or Final Fantasy Tactics.
Sure.
Like Tactics, you have kind of that game and the Ogre Tactics, those style of games where it's like isometric and I would say harder overall. Those battles take a while. I love Advanced Wars, so that's neither here nor there. But Fire Emblem also, I just prefer this way of doing it. I think battles, don't take as long and you only really have to hit an enemy usually like twice in the early game to kill them. Whereas in like, I found in Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm like, dude, when are these people going to go down? Like I've just been beating the shit out of them and they're still up.
Yeah. The unkillable.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, I think I'm a tad older than I was when I played Blazing Blade, 20 years or so older, but you know, at this point I feel a little bit more equipped to play these games. So it is a little bit easier, but also, you know, I'm running this on an emulator, so we got save states, baby. It's not too bad.
We got them.
So far, the story is fine. It is very Fire Emblem of like, there's a handful of kingdoms and one of them turned shitty and now it's invading the other kingdoms.
A tale as old as time.
You know, it's core Fire Emblem stuff. So that's all there, but you know, Roy's in it, so I'm excited to see him. The characters are also very familiar to every other Fire Emblem game. So like I don't, if you've played the other two, the Blazing Blade and, what was it called? The Sacred Stones on GBA, then like none of this will be a surprise. I feel like I was kind of going into it like, I wonder what secrets this game holds and like what sort of cool new stuff. And like to sort of my surprise and not disappointment, but just like, I don't know what I expected. Like it's just another one of those games, which is kind of cool because like I loved those games. And so it's neat to have another experience with it. But I think like if you're a person who's like, I don't really know how to get into these games, I'm not sure where to start. Like this might be a weird spot. You're more than welcome to just play another one of the GBA games. They're they're widely available, So I don't think you need to go like this far, but as like kind of a freak for this series, I enjoy it quite a bit. I'm having a great time.
It's for the real freaks.
Yeah, if you're downloading like a fan patch, then like this is Fire freaks, yeah. And I think it's for people who are like just more enthused about these games in general and kind of want to see like what did they come out with right after Thracia? Like what was their immediate take on this series that would go on to do much more? And it's similar to the other ones, so it might not be all that surprising. But yeah, it's bizarre to play this and know that there was like a far more complicated game prior to it that they like. I don't think dumbed down is the right word, but like they simplified it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I think that was a really good decision for this game. Occupying the space of like, we are not necessarily the easier tactics game, but certainly the simpler one.
Sure.
I think works really well and like would go on to work well for them for the next like couple of games. I think they've become more complicated eventually, but like these ones are just like the weapon triangle, line up your big boys in the front. So like your little squishy characters don't get blasted.
Bring out your big boys.
Bring out your big boys. It's a different Monty Python skit. But yeah, it works. Like it still really works. So I'm very much enjoying it despite, not being horribly surprised by what's in it. It's just, it's me and Roy. We're being bros. We're hanging out.
We're being boys.
We're being boys. Me and my Roys.
Roys will be boys. Am I right?
This will bring me to my Podtimistic thing of the week, David.
Which is?
It is the return of an old friend of mine, Ambernick, RG351P.
Wow, why'd you busting that one out?
Came out of retirement. I was playing.
That was your original emulator, wasn't it?
That was the first one that I got. Yeah. I was playing the Binding Blade on my Ain Odin, a high fidelity, very good screen emulation device. It's a handheld. And I was playing it. And I'm like, I think this screen is too big. I think it looks too good to be playing on this device. And so I'm like, I should get a device that is specifically intended for GBA.
It looks too good?
It's like the pixels were huge and like, it's not the intended way to play these Game Boy games,
Whoa. Those pixels are too big for me, baby. Put them away.
I need smaller pixels. I need smaller pixels. But just like, whenever you play like a SNES game or something like that on a way too big, like 4K screen, and you're like, this might be too much. This might be too large.
Sure.
It's kind of like that for me. And so momentarily I was like, should I get another handheld one that's like intentionally designed for the GBA to be like my GBA machine? Because there's a lot of games right now that I'm playing on that. And I was sort of looking around like, how have things changed? Because I bought this in 2020. Like it's a 6-year-old device at this point. And I was like, I wonder what's out there, see if there's anything. And somebody's like, the Powkitty like V10 or whatever is pretty good for it. And somebody in Powkitty. Yeah, it's another one of the emulator developers. It was $40. And so I was like, that's pretty inexpensive. But
the emulator,
the device itself.
Oh, the device itself. Okay.
Yeah. Somebody in the comments was like, just use the RG351P. That's like what's good for this. And I was like, hey, I have one of those already.
I got that.
I don't need to buy a new device. I don't need to collect more e-waste. And so I busted my old friend out, and it works really good for Game Boy Advance games. It looks great. It is exactly the size and the form factor that I want. Like it's not heavy. Works great for these kind of games. Like the buttons all feel very familiar to the GBA. It's of course the screen is just like a touch more high quality, but like you throw a shader on that thing, baby, you're good to go. You're good to go.
Are you shilling for big emulator handheld right now? You need 2 handheld emulators. You need one for your GBAs, and then one for your like PS2s and GameCubes, right?
This is the brain poison that I've been afflicted with, unfortunately. In that, like, for a while, I was like, I just want like a really good handheld emulator, and that's going to be my end game, where it can just emulate everything, and that's what I want. And just recently, I was like, too much. I don't want all this. I just want a little guy that I can take around with me sometimes. Yeah. And I was happy to know that he was already in my drawer. The Ambernick RG351P. Battery's not as good as it used to be, for sure, but it still plays games. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. I feel like I've been floating around the idea of getting an Ain Odin 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want to play GBA games on that. I've had the same thought. And I still have my Retroid Pocket 3. And I'm like, this is perfect for Game Boy Advance, Game Boy games, games that were intended for a handheld, right?
Yeah.
But games that were intended for a bigger screen that I'm trying to emulate, that needs maybe something a little bit more hefty, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, the Ain Odin is amazing for, like, I mean, like, there are SNES games on there that I've played that, like, are great, you know? But really anything from that generation onward, especially like PlayStation 1 onward, it's really, really good for that stuff. You can upscale. It looks amazing. I've rarely run into games that I can't play on it. But yeah, sometimes like being a little bit closer to the original hardware is compelling. Again, brain poison. I'm also like, okay, well, like maybe a Thor is in order, you know, like get the dual screen thing going on.
You might just need a Thor.
Really tempting. Because like I think almost every other way of emulating most games is totally serviceable. Like I easily could have just played fucking Game Boy games on the Ain Odin. Like it's not that big of a deal. But dual screen games on a single screen is like just, it's kind of whack in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I have my 3DS thanks to you.
Yes. Yeah.
It works great.
OG hardware is really like the real deal. So yeah, I mean, I should just go find my fucking 3DS. That's the truth.
That's pretty nice.
Anyway, do you have something fueling your sense of optimism, David?
Yeah, it's humor in games.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Funny.
When it hits, and it hits so regularly that when it does hit, you're like, "Ooh, this is a nice little treat." It's like you were saying earlier. It's hard to do humor in games and to make it, you know, hit consistently across a wide group of folks.
Yeah.
And you know, you gave two good examples. We've had two good examples this podcast of a game that does it well and a game that doesn't as well, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard. Humor is difficult, and I think even more so in an interactive genre. So, if developers are starting to crack the code on how to make like a legitimately funny game, I am here for it. That is great news for me because, man, I've been through so many post-apocalyptic wastelands that just going through like a slap-happy little town in somewhere in the British Isles, I'm great. I'm like, this is good. Yeah, this is a new experience. This is fun.
No, yeah, I'm with you. It's something about having agency somehow takes away some of the comedy sometimes.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. There's a scriptedness to comedy that you have to have some sort of ability to make it feel both organic and authored at the same time. And that I think is very hard in a medium where typically the player has control over a character and is exploring the environment, right?
Yeah, like I feel like for the same reason that horror games are less scary to me than horror movies, like something about the fact that I'm involved here sometimes takes away from the comedy of the moment. Yeah,
no, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I love a funny game. A funny game is good for me. Really,
should we play High on Life for the podcast?
Oh man, I don't think so. I don't think I can do that.
All right, everybody, go into the comments and let us know if you want to subject Chase to High on Life for the podcast.
Don't do this.
There's also a sequel.
There is a sequel. Mamma mia.
There's the Rick and Morty game. It's out there.
Let's move on to our main thing, David.
Get me out of this hellscape, David.
Get me out. Welcome to Good Games. It's a segment where we talk about the okayest games of yesteryear and gosh, all the things I love about them. I got the need for GERD. I got the nerd for GERD this week.
I got the herd for GERD.
I got the herd for GERD, yeah. We got suggested to play a game called Herdy Gerdy.
Herdy Gerdy.
Herdy Gerdy for the PlayStation 2. Also suggested to us by listener Gabby. Thank you, Gabby.
Thanks, Gab.
On
Gabby.
On the
I'm
topic,
very familiar with you. I apologize. Thank you, Gabby. That was inappropriate of me.
On the topic of Herdy Gerdy, Gabby had to say, you play instruments to shepherd/contain various animals who all have their own musical preference and behaviors. I remember playing this game so much as a kid, but I probably just played the first 2 hours over and over again. Absolutely can feel that. Empathize with that very deeply. Yeah. I remember it was always a little off-putting, but one of the only games we had at the time. No clue where my parents found it. Haven't played it since. Love the show and hope this is a good game. Thank you, Gabby.
Thank you, Gabby.
Had you heard of this game, David?
I had. Okay, and I definitely had remembered seeing this box art. The box art was definitely something that was blazoned into my memory.
Yes.
I never played it, but I knew of its existence. I did.
Okay. I think I had seen the box art before, but like I truly had not played it or knew very much about it at all.
Yeah, sure.
The box art, by the way, is so weird for what the actual game is.
Yeah, it's not that at all.
No.
Like there's like if you looked at the box art of this game and read the name of the game, anything that you would really had come up with as to what the game is would be completely wrong.
Yeah, I do wonder if this is a classic problem of the like American cover being out of touch with what the video game actually was.
Oh, are the other covers better?
I think I'm not positive this was actually official, but the Japanese cover looks way more close to what the actual game vibe is. For anybody who doesn't have this up in front of them, who isn't carrying their copy of Herdy Gerdy with them at all times, the American cover is like it's Gerdy himself being stalked by this big purple monster, and he himself is stalking a little chicken character. They call it a dupe. Is that what it was?
I think it is a dupes. Dupes?
Yeah.
Sounds right. I forget.
A chicken.
I could be totally wrong.
Yeah. But the game is not that. Like, Gerdy is not menacing in this game really at all.
No.
And the Japanese one is just like him on a rock with like his shepherding stick and a chicken next to him. It's like, that's way closer to what this game is.
It's much better. Like the American version of it makes it seem like it's going to be some sort of horror game.
It looks scary.
Where this creature is coming to attack you. And that is always what I thought it was as a child seeing this. I was scared of this box art as a child. And it is not a scary game at all.
Yeah, no, it's truly not. Really surprising that this is what they went with. But Bliss, Can I hit you with a few hot stats about this game, David?
Please.
Hot stats.
Okay, so Herdy Gerdy came out March 4th of 2002 for the PlayStation 2, North America. This was made by Core Design, which I was looking around their history. They're the Tomb Raider people, which I was like, hey, that's a pretty big series to be.
Like the original Tomb Raiders?
Yeah, most of them, in fact. Like the first couple and then like the run into like Angel of Darkness or whatever that one was. That was quite bad.
Yes.
But yeah, all of those are, they're responsible for all of them. They're also responsible for Fighting Force, a game that I think we should probably cover on this show because I played a lot of Fighting Force. Of course, David.
Swagman.
Excuse me. Elaborate.
I believe that is a Sega Saturn video game.
Whoa. He's also scary. What's going on here?
Yeah, he's a little frightening. The Swagman himself.
He is not swaggy at all. He's Spookman.
Yeah, he looks pretty scary.
Damn.
No shouts out to Swagman.
No zero negative shouts out to Swagman. Shouts against Swagman. This is a scary person.
I do have a review of Herdy Gerdy from the outlet Jeux Video, which I took their review, which was originally in French, ran through Google Translate a number of times to mangle it up, which I'm going to read for you now. The hand-cranked organ achieved immense success, captivating a vast audience in terms of both its concept and its brilliant execution. It remains faithful to its origins, and as a truly unique creation, it deserves every drop. And they gave that a 7.5 out of 10.
Every drop of what?
Yeah.
That's it. They don't elaborate. It deserves every drop.
Yes.
And nothing else after that.
That's all
ominous.
you get.
That is
It's
ominous.
a little frightening. It's a great joke. Instead of being called Herdy Gerdy, the translation got over to the hand cranked organ, because that is what a Herdy Gerdy is.
That's what a Herdy Gerdy is. Have you heard a Herdy Gerdy before?
I have. It's a very strange sounding instrument.
It sounds like a bagpipe.
Yeah. Pretty similar.
Is it also a Scottish instrument?
Let's find out.
The video I saw was a woman with red hair playing it, so that's what I'm just assuming. But maybe that's insensitive of me. I don't know.
Thought to have originated in either Europe or the Middle East, so who knows?
Because Herdy does play instruments in this game.
Does, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Could you tell me what this game is, actually, David?
It is, it's a third-person platformer, herding platformer, I guess.
Adventure game, yeah.
Adventure game, right? So you are Gerdy, a young child who is living in a pastoral pasture land of some sort. And one day he wakes up and his father simply will not wake from his slumber. So he freaks out and runs to the village. And essentially what he gets told is that some evil creature has put a curse on his father because he was too good of a herder. And so like if he was too good of a herder, he would take down this evil being because they would do some sort of game and his father would come out on top as the top herder. And so now Gerdy must learn to herd and be in place of his father to be the top herder. So therefore he is Herdy Gerdy. As in he is herding. He's herding. He's Gerd who is herding. He's Gerdy who is herding. Yes, that's the right way of saying it. It's very confusing.
I'm the one who girds.
I am the one who girds.
Skylar, look at me. I am the one who girds.
Who talking to?
I am Herdy Gerdy. I am the Gerdy.
That's silly. So the game is very serious about herding animals. Yeah. Like that is the gameplay mechanic, and they have crafted a very intense story around herding, which seems like in a lot of ways it's very much inspired by Ape Escape. But as opposed to like capturing each ape individually, you herd all the apes into a pen, and you have to avoid you yourself getting attacked by larger, meaner apes that will eat you or the apes that you're trying to herd, right? So essentially you just, as Gerdy, you start learning how to herd, which essentially is like you move around these dupes and you guide them into a pen through this level where you have to like make sure they don't get attacked by other, what is it, a gromp? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I can't remember. They all have such silly names.
Garchomp?
It's Garchomp, yeah. They got Pokemon in this one.
But the pink furried creature that's on the cover of the American one is a big mean creature that will attack you or the things you're trying to herd. Yeah. But you can also herd it, even though it doesn't know it's being herded. It's like a trick. It's a trick herd. Gromp, yeah. So the baseline mechanics is you herd things into pens or capture them essentially, and then you can learn how to play instruments to make that more effective.
Yeah. How did you feel about this one, David?
I thought it was a very, first off, I would say that the production quality of the game was a lot higher than I thought it was going to be.
So weird.
They were going for like a Disney movie quality, like aesthetic with this and like animation style. The animation looked fantastic.
So out of place. I'm like,
so fluid. All of these characters in this game, like they put a lot of effort into making this look good, and it did. It really looked really good. It has this very nice like watercolory sort of aesthetic, where like almost like it's been drawn with colored pencil sort of deal, like kind of hazy but very stylized and interesting, like all the characters and the environments. So that I was not expecting. The fact that there was like this big buildup of the story as well, also not expecting. It felt like I was watching an animated movie, right? So like Eidos Interactive obviously had like big designs and plans for the Gerdy franchise that they probably were thinking about that this game would spawn. The Gerdyverse.
The Unigerse?
Whoa. The Unigerse is definitely better. The Unigerse. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, I need to recover from that for a second.
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry, I did stun you.
But that the Unigerse. But the production quality of the game was great. Yeah. Like for the time, for a PS2 game, I didn't know that there was something of this quality on the PS2.
No,
in existence, and it just kind of like from my recollection of PS2 games, which I will readily admit is shrouded in nostalgia and time. Mm. But this game looks great even by today's standards, truly.
Yeah, especially if you're doing any sort of like upscaling or anything like this.
Yes.
It upscales really well.
It can be a little hazy at native, but upscaling it clears up all that issue. It looks good.
It's remarkable. Yeah, the motion of everybody moving is really good. Like all of the characters were extremely expressive in just like the ways that they look.
Yeah, the facial animations were great.
Yeah, it's really surprising. So like that I mean, like, you know, not to pit any of the good things about it against each other, but that's like the thing that when I was playing it, I just continually was like, oh man, another great looking character.
Floored me each time. All of them looked good. Mm-hmm. Box character later on.
Yep.
So good.
Very cool.
So good. So I like that. The visual aesthetic in general. The story I thought was interesting, and how they were trying to make herding seem really cool. It did make me think, did they have the game mechanic first or the story first?
Yeah.
And like, were they just like, we got to make this story really cool to make this mechanic cool as well, right? Because I found the mechanic interesting, a little frustrating sometimes.
For sure.
It was kind of hard to herd these creatures.
Yeah.
They were a little finicky, and it felt like they were finicky on purpose at some points to just make the game a little bit more challenging, which is fine, right?
Yeah.
But I kind of felt that. And yeah, I think that's kind of where I was with the game. Like, it was very interesting visually, very interesting with the story, and then the gameplay. And then you start doing the actual like meat and bones of the gameplay, and it's just kind of clearly a step below the other two aspects of the game.
Yeah,
not necessarily bad, but just not up to what I was hoping for or expecting after seeing how much effort and production value they put into the rest of the game.
Yeah.
That I thought was very engaging and interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the herding aspect itself left me a little flat, although it wasn't bad, I would say.
No, yeah, like that's the part of it that definitely feels the most aged. Like it feels the most PlayStation 2. Like it, you know, I love playing Ape Escape, and even that game is like, you know, you can feel it. It's a PlayStation 1 game for sure.
Yeah.
But I agree. A lot of the complaints at the time, like the reviews that people put out, were mostly talking about the camera. And I think that is to blame for a lot of the like challenges with herding. It's just like, I'm trying to be kind of smooth to like just barely influence these chickens to kind of go left a little bit. And then I'll turn the camera and it will like whip around Gerdy.
The camera's crazy in this game. Yeah. The ramp is nuts on it.
Yeah, it just like freaks them out and moves them in weird ways.
Gerdy's a free thinker turning against the herd.
Let's see, what else? So yeah, like mechanically it's bizarre. It's a little weird, but like also at the same time, I just appreciate whenever games like this just do something so off the beaten path.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a way that like, there's no other games like this, you know? Mm-hmm. It's sort of like spiritually connected to like Pikmin almost.
I see that.
In the way that you're kind of like moving these animals around. Mm-hmm. But it feels a little bit, you know, different than that.
Yeah. It feels like one of those kind of like missing link games where the developers knew that they wanted to do more for games than just what was done in the previous generation. Yeah. But they didn't know how to bring one aspect of the game forward, right? They were able to make the story and the animation and the visuals feel very fresh and forward thinking. Yeah. But the gameplay itself, the meat of it, I don't know if they had as good of a grasp or an idea of like how to make that feel more interesting and engaging as compared to the current like at that time crop of games, right?
Yeah.
It almost feels like PS3-ish level ideas on animation and story, and then PS1 levels of gameplay and mechanics, right? Maybe with a few bells and whistles on top, right?
Yeah.
With especially with the music mechanic of it all, but it makes for a very kind of a large. You can really feel the juxtaposition between those two things of like. Here, there's something interesting going on, and then here, there's something not necessarily boring, but just kind of feels of the time going on, right? So yeah, it's an interesting piece of history, I think, this game.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of, in the PS1 and PS2 generations, like not just on the PlayStation consoles, but like that generation in general, it feels like there was a lot of experimentation with like, is this fun? Is this
Everyone
fun
was
or
looking
not?
around each other. Is this fun?
Is this fun?
Are you having fun?
Yeah, and like I think because the development cycles were much smaller back then, like you could feasibly put out a game in a couple of years, that like it was easier to experiment and be like, I don't know, like let's see if this is any good.
Yeah.
And I really like that. Like this game is kind of quintessential to me in that sense of like it's an experiment, and I think like the herding stuff is really interesting, and you could definitely see like Herdy Gerdy 2 being the quintessential gird, like, you know, like you need it's a must play on the PS3.
I'm girding for these herds right now, bro.
I'm herding for a girding, yeah. It's so much fun to say Herdy Gerdy. It's so much fun.
It really is. It is a perfect Podtimism name for a game.
Yeah. And so like it just feels like such an experiment in a way that like I can't say that it worked all the time, but I really like it for that anyway. The vibe that it set was incredible. Just like this like pastoral kind of experience of you running around like the forest and interacting with like Yggdrasil, which is just next to the city or next to the town. A weird little man who lives there and is like, I'm going to tell you a story and teach you how to herd and stuff.
Let me
like that.
teach you the ancient lore of this world now, young man.
Yeah. That setup just really works for me. It's really bizarre and strange and feels very novel in a way that it's hard for me to really knock any of the mechanics just because I'm like, I don't know, I like the rest of it. It's very cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I hear what you're saying.
It's better than Swag Man.
I mean, we haven't played Swag Man, so let's reserve judgment on Swag Man unless we actually play it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's all I'm
gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair. That's a very Podtimistic view of you have there, David.
If it's bad, it's bad, and we'll tell it how it is. But
yeah.
Be real. Let's be real.
Yeah, feels very like I agree with Gabby in that this feels almost like a cousin game. Gabby didn't say that explicitly, but feels about right.
Putting words in Gabby's mouth now. Huh?
Yeah, true. Sorry, Gabby.
Wow.
I don't know if that's what you're saying exactly, but I empathize very deeply with this is the game we've got, so I need to make it work mentality.
This was the last game available to rent at Blockbuster, and it's just what we have right now. Sorry, kids.
Yeah. But I could also see like you not really caring as a kid that the mechanics don't work right because you're like, I don't know, man, Gerdy's cool. I like these characters.
Cool. Yeah, fun to run around. He's moving with some sauce in this game.
Absolutely. The animation.
This boy
is
grooving, even when he's just idle. The idle animation is good. He's noodly.
Yeah, he's great. I do really like the way the game like looks when you're moving. I can't say I always love the way it felt when you're moving, but like the animation looks great, especially once you get like the boots that let you move a little quicker and jump higher, which such a wild decision that whenever you sprint, the camera like tilts on its axis a little bit. So like it's rotating like around kind of. And the intent I think is to make you feel like you're going really fast, but like I got nauseous so quickly the moment that started happening. I'm like, oh my God, we never do this.
It's not for you, huh?
No. Once I got used to it, it wasn't that bad. It was just like initially I'm like, oh my God, am I like having a stroke right now? Like, why is my view rotating in a way that I'm not expecting it to? But yeah, I think good game. I think this is a good game.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, Herdy Gerdy. Thank you, Gabby, for suggesting Herdy Gerdy.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello gamers, this is me, Chase, and I'm here to guide you through the outro. This is me, Gerdy, in the Unigerse.
Chirby?
I'm Chirby. Herdy Gerdy.
That's dumb. Keep going.
Stupid names. Again, catnip for us.
Herdy Gerdy is what you said.
Yeah, it is.
How am I supposed to not laugh at that?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to. Oh, what am I even saying?
All herdy.
Yeah. If you want to check out more things on the show, you can go to podtimism.com. There you can find a link to our Discord, an email if you want to email us. You can suggest a game if you want to. You can check out to see if we've played a game that you enjoy. So now you can go back and check Herdy Gerdy, and you will indeed be able to find it in this episode. It'll mention this is the one that we mentioned it in. If you want to help out the show, you can view it on your catcher of choice, and that helps us out. Or you can also go to a friend. That's also very helpful. Word of mouth is kind of the real deal when it comes to how to grow a show. And so, yeah, if you want to do that, thanks. If you don't, that's also cool. Really, the main thing I want to say here is thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Deeply appreciate you being here. Happy to have you along for the long gird. Long gird. Sleep is the cousin of gird. So stupid.
I don't sleep because sleep is the cousin of gird.
So yes, thank you, listener. We appreciate you being here.
Oh man.
David, do you have any gaming wisdom for me this week?
Oh man.
Yeah, sorry, that was a 1-2 punch.
Wow. Look, if you're gonna herd, at least gird yourself before you herd.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're gonna pull something and that's not good, right?
No.
So gird for herdin before you play Herdy Gerdy.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise you're gonna be hurting.
You don't want to be hurting. You want to
stretch before you work out, folks, is really what I'm saying.
Yeah, do some stretches. I'm a big advocate for stretching.
Yeah, it's important.
It is important, and like again, we were talking about being in our 30s. The free subscription to health has run out. I feel like just a little bit of stretching really truly makes my day a lot better.
A long way. It goes a long, long way.
Yeah, I sit a lot. I work at my desk. God damn, do my hip flexors hurt, man? It's quite tight on the hips. Got to stretch some things out. My lower back was really the indication that like this is not working correctly. But you would think stretching your back helps. No. That's not the problem. Your hips are too fucking tight. Yep. It's just pulling your back in a weird
your spine
way.
out of alignment. Yeah.
So you stretch those hips out, you're feeling fine. I don't really have back pain anymore unless I stand at a concert for like 5 hours. That still really sucks.
Oh, going to concerts still. Damn.
I haven't been to one in
this
quite
man
some
in his
time.
30s going to concerts and shit.
Have I been to a concert since having a kid? I don't think so. I think I have. Went to a movie. That was cool. A movie. Saw Project Hail Mary. That was pretty good.
Did you see it in 4DX?
I did not see it in 4DX. Just regular old movie style for me.
Wow.
Good movie. I've been reading some stuff about Andy Weir. We talked about this, right? That like he's like, I don't make my.
It's not political.
Yes, my books aren't political. I'm like, my brother, did you read your book? Did you read what was in there?
He's got to say it.
I think he doesn't. It's just to advertise the fact that he's like, I am not having thoughts in the writing of my book.
I just want everyone to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So anyway, this is neither here nor there. Gird your herd before you herd your gird. All right.
Beautiful. You nailed it.
And then sure. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
TWG, the worst garbage, online.